Hello there, a very warm welcome to the Green at Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. You know, it's always good when a prodigal son returns to a club, especially one where he was making a bit of a name for himself. And that was certainly the case last season when David Hopkin was able to tempt this talented, tricky midfielder back to Capello Park. I'm delighted to say I'm joined in the Weekly Update today by Aidan Nesbitt. Aidan, how are you doing?
Morning, Jerry. I'm good. How are you?
Very well indeed, sir. I should say it's been a while since I've seen you, but of course we bumped into each other socially distance-wise last week at the Food Bank Initiative at Capello. What did you make of that?
Aye, of course. I mean, it's when I heard about it, I thought I would take a jaunt down and donate a few bags of food. I mean, it's great to give back to the community, and if you can do that, it's always good. You know what I mean? So it was good seeing you, and as you said, socially distanced. But no, I think it's a good cause, and not just through this time. I think if obviously we did do one during the season as well, but I think it's something that it's not a problem to kind of do more of. So I'm always happy to do and contribute back to the community.
Well, you've been at a few clubs, you know, Dundee United, MK Dons, you come up through the ranks with Celtic, etc. There's something different about Morton in the community, isn't there?
Aye, I mean, it is a very the club is obviously very close to the community. I think you actually can see that with the Morton community boys and working full time at Capello all week, and I think there is a real sense there. And as I say, if we can give back in wee ways like that, then it's always good to kind of have that link.
How are you coping with the lockdown?
Aye, all right. I mean, it's getting tedious now, isn't it? I think that's 9 weeks. I mean, I'm keeping myself in a bit of a routine. I'm still getting up early and trying to train and do bits myself every day, but it's hard. But I mean, I'm all right. Like, me, my mum, and my dad are in the house. My dad's still working, so it's just me and my mum. It's all right. Just it's hard, I guess, but it's also you get used to it. You adapt, don't you?
You do adapt. Of course, one of the things that I'm getting a lot of comment from people is they can't get their hair cut. Don't imagine that's an issue for you. You're probably absolutely enjoying this chance to grow that trademark hairstyle even further.
Aye, it's smashing. I've not got a problem whatsoever, you know, getting my hair cut. I mean, funnily enough, my mum used to be a barber, and so obviously I hear that. I've heard it all before about how she just missed out my hair and everything, but no, I'm not bothered at all. I'm not interested in getting my hair cut, so
How long is it going to
not
be when we
make
get
any
back
difference
to
to me.
football?
What?
How long is it going to be when we get back to playing football?
No, see, the thing is, I do need to cut it a wee bit because it does get too long. I mean, it's not as if I need to cut it now because I don't, but people don't like it, and that just winds them up, and I could make it less. You know what I mean? See if something that I can do without really putting any effort in winds folk up, and I'm happy to oblige.
Spoken like a true Johnson boy. Listen, we'd better talk some football here. You did come back to the club last season.
Mm-hmm.
How did you find coming back to Morton for a second time?
I mean, I was delighted to kind of get going again. I loved it the first time. Do you know what I mean? I did. I really enjoyed myself. We had a great season that year. Semi-final of the League Cup. We got to playoffs, and I think coming back, it was obviously it's a different project. It was a full new squad, a full team of young boys. I mean, I was probably used to deal with young, and I'd been probably one of the oldest. You know what I mean? At 22, 23. So that's a challenge in itself, and I mean, it was one that we were looking forward to, and I think it probably did take a wee bit of time to start to get used to the way everybody plays and the way the gaffer wanted us to play. But I think certainly there was a wee switch maybe around Christmas time going into the new year.
Yeah.
And I think if we kept going, we could have been pushing, do you know what I mean? Because we certainly did start hitting form at the right time of the season.
Yeah, certainly talking to the boys over the last couple of weeks, Jim McAllister, Cads, Reece, Lewis, they're all saying this as well. There was a real feeling that you could get to the playoffs, or at least put a bit of pressure on the teams that were just above you.
Aye, I mean, in the changing room, there was a bit of kind of a slight confidence was creeping in to just say, like, we've got a chance here. Like, as you say, even if we never got playoffs, in the end, I think we said we could really start putting a wee bit of pressure on the teams above us, and we can kind of stop looking behind us in a way. Obviously, you just need to go out and win games of football to do that, and that never changed. But I would say the mentality kind of changed to say, right, well, we've kind of got ourselves out of that now. Let's keep pushing on and looking forward. But like as you're saying, Jim, Reece, Strappy, Cads, we're all good players, all capable to go and do that. Do you know what I mean? There's a good squad of players there.
You had a pretty strange injury at the start of the season because you came out of the blocks flying, if I remember rightly, and you were doing what you've always done in your career, coming forward, making the passes, etc. But you had that strange injury that took a wee while to get over.
As you say, I really enjoyed I really enjoyed the League Cup, and then the Hibs game at Easter Road was a great game. It was great for everybody, and then it was just after that I broke my hand, and it was quite a bad kind of clean breakthrough, and it was frustrating because you feel like you can do more, but I was told, if you can't do this with this, like, you can't do any contact because it's such a clean break that it will just break again, and so you need to wait until like it heals properly. The positive is that I could still run every day and I could stay fit, but when I kind of came back into it, I wasn't as sharp or as fit, and we were going through quite a bad stage at the time, and it was hard, I thought, for me to get back in, and when I was kind of getting a wee chance, I wasn't kind of as confident, or as I say, the team, it was a bit of a sticky patch, and we weren't playing as free-flowing football as we were near the end, so I thought that was hard for me and difficult. And then December time, I got fit again. I played 3 or 4 games, Alloa away, the Partick Thistle game, Dundee United game, and then I got injured again with my glute injury, and that kind of held me back for 3 or 4 weeks again, and it wasn't until after that I kind of got myself really fit again and I kicked on a bit.
Yeah, we saw the best of you in the second half of the season. Aidan, you're the kind of player that when you get on the ball, people expect you to make things happen. That's one of the things that we pick up from the support. Do you feel a pressure to do that when the ball comes to you, rather than just play the short pass, or to take people on and actually make things happen for the team?
I mean, yeah and no. When I was growing up playing for Celtic, say, and you've got, and I know it's youth football, etc., but the way you play is you've got 75% of the ball. If I get the ball and I pass the ball, I'm going to get it again in 2 minutes or a minute's time, and I can then do something. When you scale it down to playing, even when I was at MK Dons or the last time I was at Morton, you don't get the ball as much, anywhere near as much, so I needed to adapt my game to say, I need to do more with the less amount of times I get the ball. It's kind of, do you understand what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a different kind of football. So I kind of felt as if I needed to adapt to that. But to be honest, wingers want to get the ball, and wingers want to be a fullback, and they want to cross it, and do you know what I mean? That's what you've always done. So in a way, that every time I get the ball again, if it's there today, that's you look. Cads will tell you. I mean, Cads is. I mean, what a season he had, but he's even greedier than me. And you know what I mean? Yeah. And he's so good at just beating his fullback time and time again and putting good balls into the box. This kind of the way we were playing football, it was brilliant. I mean, the last few games, because I was learning to play with Cads, and I never really over the first half of the season, because I was either injured or he was injured for a wee spell. That kind of last 7-8 weeks was the first time really I was one wing, he was another wing, and I got 3 goals after just him crossing the ball. Do you know what I mean? Or we got goals and assists for each other. Yeah,
it was notable that the fortunes of the team seemed to change around that time when you had yourself on the right, Cad on the left. Where do you prefer to play?
I mean, I, I like playing either. Honestly, I do like playing in the left because I feel like it kind of gives me, because I'm not the strongest or fastest kind of winger, it gives me more kind of option to come inside and try and play 1-2s. But I like playing right wing as well because I still feel comfortable coming inside onto my left, but it kind of, I like playing any of them. I love playing behind the striker too. I
Yeah.
don't think the way that we do play when it is more get the balls wide, get the balls in the box, kind of fast attacking football, that kind of behind the striker isn't used as much. So, but and when I was younger, I used to love playing there. But right, left, middle, I like playing any of them. As long as you're getting the ball and playing well, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I was going to say to you, one of the notable features about your game last season was that you were demanding the ball. You kept coming back and looking for it rather than, to me, making the runs forward, waiting for the ball. You were demanding it from players.
I mean, as another example, Cads will tell you, or Midge Miller, that the players that really always want on the ball, at times you need to feel as if you need to demand it, and because a lot of the times it's no at this level. I'm not slating any of the defenders, but a lot of the times it is out your feet and let's get up, let's get behind. Do you know what I mean? Let's get the
Yeah.
ball to the park as quickly as we can, and let's go win the second balls and play after that. And that's fine. That worked for us for a lot of the time, and it's good to have that option. But as a winger and as a player that wants on the ball all the time, you do need to kind of try and demand it. And as I say, when I was younger, I never used to need to do that. So that's probably how, if you're recognising it this season, you recognise it more now than what I did the last time I played for Morton.
You are a very
to do that.
Yeah, you are a very passionate player. I seem to remember after a frustrating game at Capello that when I went down to the dressing room, there was a lump out of the wall just going in. I said, "Who did that?" As somebody, Nizzy, frustrated, he just kicked his heel in at the wall. Now, I'm not accusing you of that. That's what I was told.
Do you know what? I honestly, I don't remember what game it is, and I remember doing it, and that ball just got put in at the start of the season, and I walked past it, and I just put my foot right through it, and I thought nobody else ever seen me. Honestly, I never thought anybody seen me. I thought I got away with it, and I know where it is. It's right down the bottom, at the right hand side of the door when you go into changing them. I honestly thought nobody ever seen that, because as soon as I done it, I thought, oh no. Do you know what I mean? I thought, no, I've just been beat or something. No, I've just put my foot right through that wall. That's a brand new wall, and people aren't going to be happy. And I thought, oh. But there you go. So somebody did see me, aye.
I think it was the Alloa game when it was 4-2 up and it came back to 4 each, because I went down and
Right.
the walls have eyes as well as ears. Somebody saw you Nizzy and said to me, "I was Nizzy. You did that as well." But listen, you tell supporters that's what they want to hear, because that is passion and the frustration you felt that day.
No, I know. I mean, that was a frustrating day, especially when you're so high at half time, and do you know what I mean? And obviously, I know that you shouldn't ever really be like that or say it, but after the game, Jesus, I want to kill folk. But that just happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they'll tell you you do get people in the changing room that are more level headed all the time, and then you get people that are more outspoken and angry, and it's but anyway, I honestly never thought anybody knew that was me that done that.
Well, you didn't get a bill for it, did you?
No. So we'll keep that in the down low.
Yeah, there's only so many people going to see this, as you know. Yeah.
I know.
So what about highlights of the season then? What was a particular highlight for Aidan Nesbitt?
As I said, I know we got beat, but I thought Easter Road was a great day. It was a good game. Like we played well. It could have went either way. Do you know what I mean? I know they won by 2 in the end, but it was a good day. It was sunny. We played some great football. That was a good day. Alloa away was great. That was a turning point because we hadn't away from home that season for 6 months. We hadn't won a game. Cad's goal was just tremendous.
Yes.
Absolutely tremendous. He scores them every day in training too. what else? I mean, Queen of South away was one of the coldest I have ever been. Do you know, after the Queen of South game, in the changing room, and the showers were cold, and I couldn't heat up for a good week after all that. But I was buzzing because we just kind of embraced it. Do you know what I mean? We embraced the weather and the conditions and blew them off the park that day, 4-0, and I think that was a great game.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say they're probably my highlights. Obviously, the 3-2 game against Partick Thistle and all, coming back with 2-0 down, that was good. A good night, because was that Friday night or a Tuesday night?
It was early Friday in the season, 2-0 down, and then back to 3-2.
Game. I mean, we did have a few really good results. I remember that's the games I remember because I played all them games. You know what I mean? So,
so all in all, a satisfactory season for you then?
I mean, I probably would have wanted to play more games, but that was down to injuries and do you know what I mean? But
yes.
Like as I says, it could have ended up being a great season if we were able to play the last 8 games. But obviously, other environmental or global pandemics don't come along every so often, and that kind of put that to bed. But no, it was satisfactory, as you say, and just hope that the next season I can stay fitter and go and play more games.
Yeah, let's talk about next season then. What do you think the ambition should be for, first of all, the team, and maybe a wee personal ambition for yourself?
I mean, obviously, the news it's a sticky situation in a way, because I don't know how many boys are signed up, and it's hard because it did take us a wee while to get that kind of team togetherness and bonding, and I mean all the boys were it was a great changing room to be in. Do you know what I mean? And and it's you want you need to get that kind of close knit group of boys in again, and it would be great if we could get as many boys back as possible, and I think that'd be good for the team. Do you know what I mean? But I think for everybody, it's just we came 7th this season, and if the form that we've showed the last 6 months, I think going into the next season is to get high on the table, go for the playoffs, maybe, and kind of if you can get as many boys. Oh, there's a post-it. Get as many. That's the highlight of my day, honestly. No, but just getting as many boys back in as possible, and kind of try to go and try and be one more, go for the playoffs. And for a personal perspective, the new I'm trying to stay fit is to be as fit as I can. Strong. I want to be stronger, faster, and I want to score more goals than what I did last season. That's it.
Sounds brilliant, Nizzy. Listen, before you go, one of the big talking points on Twitter has been your playlist, top 5 tunes. And I'm looking at it, and none of these tunes were recorded or written after you were born. I mean, I'm looking at, you've got Tunes by Fleetwood Mac, you've got Born to Run by The Boss, you've got Oasis playing Rockin' Chair, you've got Sympathy for the Devil by the Stones, and you've got Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. Where do you get your musical taste from? Which I admire, by the way.
I mean, everybody that knows me will tell you, Fleetwood Mac, if I could just have picked 5 Fleetwood Mac songs, I would have. Just feel like my mum and my dad love Fleetwood Mac. But I mean, see, if you were to sit down and listen to all them, The Boss, every tune is phenomenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But one like Bob Dylan for me and all, I could sit and listen to Bob Dylan all day. But I mean, as I say, there's millions. I love all kind of, but even that, I do like music that suit the mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just no my. Where's that? No delivery.
Is Amazon coming out?
No, jeez, what? It's tremendous. No, I just I like music for the new and all. I like the Cortinas. I like even. Try to think. I don't really like that much, you know.
Well, listen.
But I love 90s, 80s, 70s. That's my kind of, that's my era. I just enjoy it. It's just good music. You can listen to it when you're chilling out. You can listen to it in the sun. You can listen to it when you're working out. I just like it.
Tell me this though, who's got the worst taste in music in the Morton dressing room?
The worst?
Are they all bad?
I mean, it's all... I mean, they all think they're brought up in Brooklyn, do you know what I mean? They're American rappers, and which is alright. So, some of it I don't mind, you know what I mean? But some of it does get too much. It's hard on my ears sometimes. So sometimes I do need to leave the changing room because the stuff some of the boys listen to is horrendous. Cads has it a lot in the changing room, and to be fair, he can vary it. He's got a bit of everything, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is alright, but see when he starts putting on his West Coast, East Coast kind of, I'm not into that, honestly. I just don't enjoy it. So, but I mean, overall, I would say most of the boys' music's good.
Good.
As long as there's a bit of variety, I don't mind it. As long as it's varied, you know what I mean?
Fair play. Listen, thanks for joining us today, Aidan. We're getting a lot of feedback on this. I bumped into a season ticket holder yesterday in Gourock, Graham, and he was particularly complimentary about the interviews we're doing because we're keeping obviously in touch with the Morton support as well. And some guy sent me a message on Twitter asking me where I get my cardigan, and then he followed it up with saying he wanted to get one for his grandfather, which I don't know how to take that, do you?
I mean, you're showing your age. You're showing your age. How many of the cardigans have you got?
Oh, about 28.
You're definitely showing your age. It's and I'm not sure about the t-shirt that matches underneath it.
Oh, it's Under Armour.
It's aye.
Aye, see?
Right, well, you're miles off it wearing that cardigan and tack. I mean, I'm sure the t-shirt would have been fine with the cardigan.
Fair enough, mate. Listen, again, thanks for joining us today. Really enjoyed the chat, as always, with you. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the new season.
No bother, I've enjoyed it. Right, take care, Jerry.
Will do, Aidan. And thank you for joining us once again on the Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers.